On to Jayden Daniels, shall we? Yeah. Mother doesn't always know best. And I'm saying that as a mother. Jayden Daniels is 24 years old. He's the franchise quarterback for the NFL's Washington Commanders. He's a grown man. He's building his own career, his own life, his own identity. And his mother, Regina Jackson, is deeply involved in both. She's not just Jayden's mom. No way, no how. She's his business representative. She, by the way, gave her blessing for this whole number 5 jersey fiasco with LSU that made her son really currently making him a laughing stock. It's so sad. Bad advice by mom. And she also has been very involved in protecting him in his personal life, including who he surrounds himself with and who may have access to him. And I have to tell you, as a mom, that's where I start to have a problem. I have a son, I have a daughter. I love my kids more than anything else in this world. I would protect them with everything I have. But I would not want to be my son or daughter's business manager. And I would definitely not want to be managing their personal life. Why? Oh, so many reasons why. Because at some point, you have to let your children become adults. And that doesn't mean you stop being a mother. No, you don't stop being a mother. It doesn't mean you stop giving advice. No, you don't stop giving advice. It doesn't mean you stop worrying. Oh, believe me, I never stop worrying. I'm a big worrier. It doesn't mean you stop picking up the phone when your son or daughter calls you and says, Mom, I don't know what to do. Of course you help. You want to help. But there's a difference between being there for your child and being in charge of your child's life. Did I mention Jayden Daniels is 24 years of age? At some point, shouldn't he learn to navigate the world by himself? Shouldn't he learn who he can trust, who he can't trust? He's got to learn that by himself. Shouldn't he be allowed to make mistakes? Maybe he gets involved with somebody who isn't good for him. Maybe he makes a bad business decision. Maybe he gets taken advantage of. Maybe he gets his heart broken. Those things hurt. It's part of life. You got to experience those things. That's how we grow. That's how they grow. Because here's what I believe. You can't protect someone from every bad decision without potentially preventing them from learning how to make good decisions. Regina Jackson was a guest recently on the Pivot podcast. Roll it, Dominic.
Your dollar amount is associated with your name. So you never know who really is there for you and who's really against you. And our thing is like, I want Jayden to date. I don't want everybody to say I'm putting it on record. My son can date. He can live freely, makes his own decisions. However, the relationship we have, he does value my opinion because, you know, when my kids were little, I did a lot for them. So, and my kids saw that. My father, my background, I worked too hard to allow anybody at any moment to come in and just, you know, take it away. So I have a view of what I feel a good person is. Mm-hmm. And, you know, but my son is 24 and he does have to go through things and he has to learn on his own. And, you know, he's a great kid and I'm thankful for him. He's, you know, not like some of these other guys, you know, he's really to himself. He's a homebody. He just really is. He's really loves sports. Like he really is. So I'm trying to work on his afterlife after sports because at some point it does end. And I don't want him to just be like, now what do I do? So I want to keep him involved in the world and, you know, have opened up a lot of doors. Like I'm in charge of his foundation.
Now, I want to be fair to Regina Jackson. I understand her motivation. She's a mother. She loves her son. She wants to protect her son. She knows the world of professional sports can be ruthless. We all know that. There are people who want access to athletes because of their money, because of their fame, because of their connections. She actually believes she is protecting Jayden. And I understand that instinct. I truly do. But I also believe there's a point where a parent has to say, I've done my job. I've raised you. I've taught you. Now I have to trust you. And that's really what this story is about for me. It's not about whether Regina loves her son enough. She clearly does. It's not about whether Jayden trusts his mother. He clearly does. And it's certainly not about whether she has his best interests at heart. I'm sure she believes she does. The question is, at 24 years of age, does Jayden Daniels need his mother protecting him? Or does he need his mother to trust him enough to protect himself? Yeah. There's another issue here, too. When your mother becomes your business representative, how do you separate the business from the family? I mean, a professional agent can sit across a table from you and say you are wrong. A professional agent can tell you this is a bad deal. A professional agent can push you to make a difficult decision, and then that agent goes home. But then if it's mom as your business rep and your agent, you go home with mom. You're sitting in the car talking about it. And then that's where I wonder where the lines get really blurred. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying Regina Jackson is doing something wrong. I'm not. Maybe this arrangement works perfectly for mom and Jayden. Maybe it does. Maybe he wants his mother involved this much. Maybe her instincts have protected him from things we don't even know about. Maybe. But I'm speaking from my own experience as a mother. I have a son, I have a daughter. I love them both very much. And I've had to learn that one of the hardest parts of being a parent is knowing when to step forward and knowing when to step back. Because you don't raise your children so that they need you forever. No. You raise them so eventually they don't. And that's hard. Even me saying that, that's hard to hear. I know. But sometimes the greatest gift a mother can give her adult child is not protection. No, it's trust. That's right. The greatest gift a parent, a mom can give their child, not protection, it's trust. So that's my question right now. Is Regina Jackson doing what any loving mother would do? Protecting her son in an unforgiving world? Or is there a point when protecting your child becomes preventing your child from learning how to protect himself? Jayden Daniels is 24. He's not a little boy anymore. He's a man. And maybe it's time to let him be one. What do you think? Do you agree? Let me know in the chat box.